Hello, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of our Global Brzee meditation. My name is Jay Radha, or Gina, and I am live streaming from India, so if you hear some background noise, that's why. So thank you so much for joining this follow-up. Basically, what happened is that we had a lot more questions and activity than I had anticipated on the first one, and so wanted to make sure that everyone had what they need to continue on their journey. So this is part 2 of the Global Brzee meditation. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. So today what we're going to do is, again, do our meditation together. And then I will answer questions that were left over from last week. And I'll also give you an introduction of the new Shreem Brzee immersion program that is starting on December 9th. We really didn't get to that as well. But before we begin, I want to do a little recap of the meditation itself so that you can know what to expect and really be present for it. First of all, it is so powerful to be in community, to be together in meditation. We want to do this more in 2019, so definitely stay tuned for additional online community gatherings, or globally we can make a difference with our energy. And that's also one of the main purposes of the Shreem Brzee Immersion Program, is so that we can be gathering together more often, several times a week, as a matter of fact, in order to make a bigger difference, make a global impact energetically as we are radiating our inner divinity through the meditations and techniques from Dr. Pillai. So the meditation, how it goes is I will play it, so it'll be guided. It's in Dr. Pillai's voice. It's very important to hear the meditations and mantras in his voice because they come from him, right? There is an empowerment behind that. He is a master who has been meditating for basically his entire life, in this lifetime plus many other lifetimes. So we're tapping into what he's already gained and gathered up, the power and the energy, the light that is stored in him as a being, and then he passes that on through transmission, and masters can do that. Shaktipat, Darshan, you might have heard of those. So it's through his voice as well. So that's why it's important to hear the mantra and the meditation in his voice and be guided by him. So how it goes is Brzee, he puts Brzee into the third eye. So the third eye being between your eyebrows, or in the middle of your forehead, right about here. And there's different energy centers actually throughout the entire kind of line up from your nose. But we're focusing on the one right about here. So you'll focus there, and you can even touch it if it's helpful to you, as he's saying to focus there. So he's placing Brzee into the third eye. Then he's having us move our intention from the third eye into the brain, right? So both sides of the brain, the entire brain. And you should then, perhaps you may feel some energy or some tingling. And then he says to allow Brzee into the entire body. So at that point, just allow the flow of energy from the third eye into the brain to the entire body. Imagine Brzee, this powerful atomic sound, going into every cell of your body, removing scarcity and creating possibility. So he says that Brzee will be a watchdog, and keep bad thoughts out. So that's good, right? Because we all have so many thoughts. He said I'm reading because I have some notes of exactly what he says. The right thoughts will show up, the right project. Allow the sound to permeate the mind, body, and soul. Mentally keep repeating in the third eye. So again, the third eye, and if you have trouble, you can touch it. You have given your financial plans and futures to Brzee, to this higher power, right? This sound, this all-encompassing, very powerful sound. In one of the webinars I did a couple weeks ago, I talked more specifically about Brzee, what it means, and the power of it. So I recommend you watch that one if you haven't seen it already. That was originally on November 11th. Let Brzee lead you, control you, take over. And we know from the other webinar that Brzee has the power to destroy scarcity. All things that we feel we lack. There's a lack in your life and there's scarcity in your life. And Brzee has the power to eradicate that, to wash it out. Brzee also has the power to create abundance. So the creative force, create your desires. So destroy scarcity, create abundance, create your desires, and then sustain your desires, sustain abundance. It's a very unique sound that encompasses all of this. That's why it's so powerful for us to do this, and especially to do it in group. So let's get together and do that now. So if you can, please get yourself into a quiet location where you're able to settle down and focus. And I'll put up an image. So allow yourself to be in a comfortable location, something quiet. And close your eyes.
Close your eyes. Put your attention on your third eye. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Allow the sound to go deep into the third eye. And from there, let it go into the entire brain. And pervade the whole body. You don't have the burden to check out what is going to work for you. Brzee will be like a watchdog to keep away wrong projects from your mind. It will spontaneously spring the right thought. The right thought will show up because of the power of Brzee. The right project will show up. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Absolutely, you have no responsibility. You have given everything to Brzee to control. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Now join me. Brzee, 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 Brzee. the sound to permeate the mind, the body and the soul. Brzee, 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 Now, mentally keep repeating it within the third eye. You have completely given your financial plans, future to Brzee. Let Brzee lead you, control you, take over you. Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Slowly, slowly you can come back to yourself.
Slowly continue to come back to yourself and end the meditation. And when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Welcome back from the meditation. Hope you enjoyed that. That's about 8 minutes. Very easy to do, at least every day. And so that's what we recommend. We recommend that you do that meditation or at least some chanting at least twice a day. So you can get that meditation if you click on the link below that says free Brzee meditation. And it'll also come with a mantra loop of Brzee. These are both amazing audios with music behind them. Highly recommend you get those for your daily practice. I mentioned before we meditated that how important it is to be in community, to be in group, so that we maximize our power. And ways to do that, there's a free Shreem Brzee Facebook group, And if one of the chat people can put it in the chat link, that would be very helpful. So you should definitely join that if you're not already part of it. We have mantra challenges there, and we have lots of interaction. The other way to join community and keep things going, because as I mentioned last week, it's really important to be consistent, right? So we're together, we're doing this meditation, it's fantastic, but if this is the only time you do it, it's not going to help you significantly. And what you will want to do is perpetuate that so that you have continual support in manifesting your desires, right? In creating what you want. And that's what the persistence does. Dr. Pillai, people have been asking, well, I've been chanting and nothing happened. And he said, well, you need to be persistent and committed every single day to chant. But it's hard because we have monkey minds. We tend to be negative. We believe in our negativity in our lives. And how you offset that is by being reminded, joining people who are in like-minded people to help support you. And we've created free groups that do that, as well as paid groups that do that. And the difference between them is we have a free group for anyone who wants the support and isn't able to join any other programs. Definitely you should do that. And then we have the paid program, the Global Brzee immersion, that starts in December, that I'm going to talk a little bit about. It has more components to it, and so we have to pay people and support the online ongoing courses. So we pass that along as an exchange, an energy exchange to you. We keep it as reasonable as we possibly can so that it's affordable for as many people as possible. And that's the purpose of the program, to expand our consciousness, to have reminders, and to join with positive people. There are so many positive people in this group. I love it. I love tuning in to the Facebook group to hear what's going on. I love hosting the Sunday calls, just hearing everyone's positivity, even when something doesn't work out. This group is so supportive of one another, and it's really, really inspiring. So that's amazing. So the Global Brzee Immersion Program is a 4-month program. It starts December 9th. It's a Sunday. And what's included is 5 weekly calls. You have a Wednesday chanting call followed by question and answers with an astrologer about power times that are useful and helpful to help enhance your practice. When I mean by power times, well, celestial energies have different impact during different times of the week and month. So you want to know when that is so that you're doing the right thing at the right time. So one of our astrologers will help you navigate those waters, and we'll also be sending you weekly emails of when those power times are. So you can take the guesswork out of, well, what should I do when, and which days are good for wealth and manifestation, and which days aren't. We'll send you weekly emails on that. Then on Friday, there's another chanting call that is more conducive to the UK Europe group. That's on a Friday. And then Friday evenings, US time, is a fire lab by Sucharita. She's one of our teachers at Pillai Center who's been empowered by Dr. Pillai to perform these fire rituals. And she does it on Skype, so you can watch, and we chant Global Brzee 108 times, and other beings are called into the fire, and they're fire prayers. This has been done in many different cultures for thousands of years. When you call upon, when you make offerings and call upon divine beings in fire, it has a very powerful effect. In fact, Dr. Pillai wants in this program for us to have more of an experience at home. So he's going to be giving instructions on how we can participate at home with this fire prayer and in this fire circle, because potentially hundreds of people could be joining in at this time, again, creating that maximum effect for magnifying our impact on each other and the world. And we're coming together during these very powerful times to do very powerful ceremonies that help not just ourselves, but others. So that's really inspiring. Then we have Saturday and Sunday are teaching calls. Sunday is the teaching call that I lead, and that's the primary teaching call of the week in terms of which topic we're going to be covering that week. So every week the curriculum is mapped out with a new topic we'll be covering. So you'll be learning something new, or if you've been around for a while, it may not be new content, but it'll be positioned in a different way. You may hear something new this time around. Also, Dr. Pillai is continually feeding us more information, and also sometimes me, in terms of like, if I'm around him and I ask him particular questions about this program, I'll get, some gems that I definitely pass on to you. So he's not always recording things, but he definitely is communicating to the people around him. And whether it's me or someone else, we do record it and share it so that we can then pass it along to you as well. So that's, valuable stuff. We don't know what will happen over the next, the course of the 4 months, but we definitely make it a priority to share it with our community. And then on Saturday, it's Saturday night in the US, but it's Sunday morning for Asia and Australia, which is a more, we've got feedback that it was a better time to host calls for that region. So we also added that kind of Asia, Australia teaching call as well. So there's 5 different opportunities to join throughout the week, and you don't have to join all of them if that sounds like a lot. The primary ones that I definitely recommend are the Fire Labs, because everyone loves them, and at least one of the teaching calls to connect with one of the teachers, myself or Sudrita, and get your questions answered, connect to the community, and just be involved, right? And also at that time, you're doing the group meditation together, which is a significant part of the program, being in community together, meditating together, manifesting together, not just for ourselves. Like I said, this radiation, this energy that we are kind of letting flow through us with these meditations impacts others, impacts our neighbors, it impacts our coworkers, it impacts the world. More people that are meditating literally impacts the world. And that's our goal, to shift consciousness of the planet so that there isn't this negativity, there isn't these tragic and suffering that is happening now. So what else do you need to know? Oh, this week there is an early bird that ends on November 30th. If you register for the program by November 30th, by the end of the day, I think it's midnight Pacific time or something like that, you will receive $240 worth of bonuses. So there's mantra writing, Stream Brzee mantra writing. There is weekly offerings to Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, in a temple in India. And there are, what was the last one? Gosh, I thought I remember that. Okay. Oh, then there's the 11th Moon Brzee Fire Lab we're doing on December 17th. It's either the 17th or 18th, depending on what the best time is. We're still figuring that out. It's also known as Vaikunta Ekadashi. It's the most powerful 11th moon of the entire year. And we'll be doing a Brzee fire ceremony on that day to kind of bring that Brzee energy in more and bless us all with wealth. So those are your early bird bonuses that if you register by November 30th, you're able to benefit from them. Also, by joining this program, you receive ongoing discounts and coupons for everything that we sell not everything, but most things that we sell at Pillai Center. So if you're a regular customer, it really makes sense because you literally make all your money back in the time period. If you purchase, let's say, a couple of different other services per month, you basically make back what you've spent. And there's 3 different levels to this program. There's the silver level, which is our base level. It's kind of the essentials. And inside of that, you receive all the teachings that we'll be providing, plus twice per month, these karma clearing ceremonies that get done on your behalf in India. And the total value of that package is almost $100. It's $996. And you would pay $245 for 4 months. So that one-time payment of $245, or you can pay monthly, $65 per month. And so that's our silver. And then gold is a value of $1,228, but the price of it is $450 for 4 months, or $120 per month. And inside of that, you get twice per month karma clearing ceremonies, full moon Stream Brzee Fire Labs ceremonies that are being done in India by a Vedic specialist, and new moon karma clearing, which is ancestor offerings done on your behalf every new moon. So you're kind of covered. And if you're new, these types of ceremonies are important because they're covering the whole kind of gamut. You have your full moons for abundance, you have your new moons for clearing ancestors, and you'll learn in the program that ancestors can and do affect and influence our thoughts. And the more you're making offerings to them, the more you're clearing out what is kind of what they're creating for us in terms of thoughts or maybe blockages, and allowing more of their blessings to come through, because they're not trying to do anything to us purposely. we are assuming, but their souls are in a place of limbo that aren't able to feel free, and we help free them. So that's included. So basically, if you purchased any of those ceremonies by themselves, it's about half the price of what you'd pay per month. So you're definitely getting a great deal there. And then the Platinum program includes 3 months of group coaching with one of our wonderful Pillai Center coaches. And that is $750 for the 4 months or $195 per month. So those are the 3 levels. And then the 4 topics that will be taught during this program. One is the fundamentals, because you always need to come back to the basics. Always come back to the fundamentals of what your practice should be. So we'll teach you karma clearing techniques, how to repattern your mindset, being mindful of your thoughts and the techniques to clear out those negative thoughts. We'll give you a core meditation, Sri Brzee meditation to be doing every day. And we'll be teaching about what we call the 3-step manifesting formula of how you clear out what's there. And then after the clearing, or at least some of the clearing, you can create inside of that. And then you can accelerate that creation, the manifestation, by adding other techniques. So I'll be teaching you all that. And they'll be working with your yantra. If you don't have a yantra, you'll be getting a coupon code to purchase one, which would basically it's free. So inside of the program, other things that you get are the coupon codes for Pillai Center and Pillai Center Academy. So for example, there's a $50 Pillai Center Academy coupon code with your silver and a $25 PC or Pillai Center coupon code. So your mini yantra, your 2x2 will be basically free if you use your coupon codes for that. And inside silver, inside gold, you receive a $100 coupon code and for the Academy and $50 coupon code for Pillai Center. So, I mean, between the remedies and the coupon codes, your teaching is free. The community, all that aspect is pretty much a freebie if you add it up that way. So fundamentals. So we'll be going through all the basics, everything you need to know to establish your Sri Brzee practice. And not just by chanting Sri Brzee, but the clearing techniques, the ancestor techniques, a particular Brzee technique, a new meditation that hasn't been released in the last 2 programs that were online if you've joined Wealth Rising or Sri Brzee Immersion, the first one, and then your yantra. So that's your core practice. We'll be helping you through that. And then step 2 of the program is power times, learning more about how these celestial energies impact how we can do what, when, and why, and make it more impactful. And we are going to be focusing in on only a few. There's so many power times, so many time energies that we could focus on, but we're focusing in only on the ones that are significant to this program, which means wealth building. Karma clearing and wealth building power times. We'll be focusing in on those because we don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but we do want to make sure you are equipped with what is needed to have the biggest impact in this program participation. And then fire prayers. I mentioned every Friday that that's being performed, and what you'll receive is also ways to have more of an experience at home with this. So basically, doing your own little mini fire prayers along with watching either live or the replay of the fire lab that is performed on Friday nights. And the step 4 is faith. What do we need to do to cultivate faith, to cultivate surrender to the divine, to deepen our relationship with God, to embody our God self? All of that will be covered in faith. So that's a bit about the program, a bit about the timeline. It starts on December 9th. It ends on March 31st, 2019. So we have a good 4 months together. And you can join after November 30th, but you won't receive those bonuses. So if you are interested, I definitely recommend joining sooner rather than later, just so that you get all of those extra bonuses. One of them will be happening for 4 months. Those weekly offerings to the goddess will happen for the full 4 months that you're in the program. What else can I tell you? Let's see if there's any questions. I just popped over to YouTube and Farah says, Sri Brzee is real. I believe, I know. I know it's real. Let's see, questions. Will there be discount coupon for current Stream Brzee members? No, there is not. This program, there's no discount for this program. We set the price as low as we possibly can so that as many people as possible can join. And but once you're in the program, and as you know, you'll receive discounts for most everything else that Pillai Center offers. Any other questions? Any types of comments? After this program, is there another Stream Brzee program starting? I believe so. We were going to do an ongoing membership, but that got paused because Dr. Pillai wanted to postpone the bigger Brzee day that we had planned. So basically, everything, the answer is I believe so, because it's so popular and we have so many people who love Stream Brzee. We're just not sure what that will look like just yet. So thank you for that question, Miriam, and yes, I'm sure there will be. But once this ends, like in terms of your ability to join this program in December, will end in December, then we'll be closed out. There will be no programs until April at the earliest for Stream Brzee. A guest is asking, hi, what is the difference between Stream Brzee and Brzee? So basically, Stream Brzee is the seed sound for Lakshmi, which is stream. And Brzee, which is this mantra that was given to Dr. Pillai from Vishwamitra, this great saint. And he basically created this sound in 1,500 years of meditation. And Dr. Pillai put them both together to maximize the benefits of these two so individually, these sounds are very powerful. Stream, you can just chant stream. It's Lakshmi's seed sound. There's no secret to that, right? And it's a very powerful sound. You can chant that all by itself. You can chant Brzee all by itself. By itself, it's a very powerful seed sound. I mentioned earlier, it can give you the power to remove, it can remove scarcity. It can create abundance. It can maintain abundance. So by itself, it's a very unique seed sound. But together, Dr. Pillai put them together so that you get the benefits of both. This life-affirming stream, the creation of this goddess, plus Brzee, the destruction of negativity, the destruction of bad karma, the destruction of scarcity, the creation of wealth, sustaining wealth. So you can do them by themselves, together, or together. So there's no harm in doing them either or, and there's no harm in doing them together. I like to do both. So I'll do Brzee sometimes when I just feel like Brzeeing, because it has a different vibe to it, has a different energy to it. And sometimes I really like Stream Brzee and I just chant that. Any other questions? Veronica is saying, Stream Brzee Immersion Program has helped me with my spirituality and my finances. This program gave me peace of mind, which is priceless. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Veronica, that a lot of people say that. The most powerful thing they've gotten from these programs is peace and joy, and you can't put a money on that. Can't put a price tag on that. Farah said, I manifested meeting Dr. Pillai for free at a Starbucks. That's pretty cool. I wonder where that was. Someone's asking, is it okay to chant fast? Yes, it is okay to chant fast. Nisha is asking, while Venus Hora, I listen to Babaji and say mantra Brzee, also write it at the same time. Is that okay? Yes, you can chant and write at the same time. Any other questions? Is there another group call next Sunday? Yes, so next Sunday is December 2nd. Excuse me. And that's going to be the final call for the current Stream Brzee Immersion group. And then the new program will start on December 9th, the week after that. Someone's saying, the first time I wrote 40 nights Stream Brzee, I got result, but the second time, no. Why? Excuse me. I can't answer why in terms of, the difference of what, it could be your intention. It could be what you maybe wanted to create was different or distinct. It could be just karmic circumstances. We all have different karmas. We have different thoughts. We have different relationship to what we're manifesting. It could be And Dr. Pillai has always said that you should manifest what you are, what you can conceive of, right? Like what you think is possible. So you are like, well, I can definitely manifest a $250,000 house, and that seems real to you. That seems possible to you. Then you can chant Stream Brzee, and that can become an easier thing to manifest. But if you start saying, well, I'm gonna manifest $1 million house, but maybe your mind somewhere in your mindset it's stuck in not believing that fully. But then there's a lot of people who definitely believe they can manifest $1 million house. Maybe $4 million feels out of sync to their beliefs or their mindset. And that's why mindset is so important. And that's going to be one of the things we cover in the foundational module: how to track your thoughts, how to make sure what you're thinking is aligned with what you want. Jason said, I usually get big discounts when I chant Stream Brzee. Yeah, Stream Brzee wants to give you abundance, and it doesn't want you to overspend. So that's great. Thank you for sharing that. Any other questions? Someone on YouTube is saying, is it true that chanting for 8 hours gives financial benefits? For sure. Dr. Pillai said that. He said, he basically said, if you do it every day for 8 hours, especially for people who don't have work, who don't have jobs, you can afford to spend that time, right? And see what happens. But definitely if you chant Stream Brzee, or this is what Dr. Pillai said, if you chant Stream Brzee for 8 hours straight, you could take little breaks, right? Bathroom breaks and things like that, but really commit to doing them especially in chunks of maybe 2 to 3 hours, 2, 3, 4 hours, you're doing your meditation and you're not falling asleep, right? You're not zoning out. You're really meditating. You're really chanting. So give it a try, if that's a question you have. Is there a difference between chanting just Brzee or Brzee elongated? No. Different parts of the word have different energies to them. That Dr. Pillai said the br is like a birthing, it's a creation, and the Z is creative, is a creative sound. So you can try different ones and see which one feel right to you. That's what's important. Basically being able to continue doing it is very important. So what I do is I do what I love, right? If something makes me feel good and I enjoy it more, then I'm going to do it more. And that's certainly key to having success, is continuing the practice. Any other questions, comments? Post them in the chat. All right, no, I guess not. Last chance. Is there a longer chant available on YouTube somewhere I can listen to while sleeping through the night? We have, I believe it's 108 times on YouTube for Stream Brzee and Brzee, but I don't think there's anything that's like hours long. But when, like for example, the Brzee mantra that we're giving you for free, you can loop that in your media player, and that'll go for as long as until you stop it. So you can be creative that way. Any other questions? Can chant in my mind? Yes, you can chant to yourself. That's how I do it all the day, throughout the day. I don't chant out loud. I'm just chanting in my head. Any other questions, comments? All right, so Jason is saying, I think you can buy the chants for a low price on Pillai Center. Yeah, there are several low price chants. We actually give away for free Brzee and Stream Brzee. So Brzee is in the link below on this page, and then there's also another page for Stream Brzee that's also free download. You can get creative. So what's next? What's next is joining the Stream Brzee free Facebook group, getting in community, or joining the Stream Brzee immersion extension program. It's called extension because we just did a 6-month Stream Brzee program, but it doesn't mean that people who weren't in the first one can't join this one. Anyone can join this one. We're going to cover all of the foundations, all the basics. And really the power of it is, of course, the education is important, but the community aspect, the support, that is what I have found with the feedback, is that people crave that, they want that, and that helps to manifest for sure. So that's where you're going to find a lot of benefit, I believe. That's why we do it. So So that's it for now. Thank you all so much for joining. Wishing you a blessed and powerful week. I hope to see you in the program. If you have any questions, write to us at office@pillaicenter.com and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. And I wish you amazing results with Brzee and or Shrim Brzee. We'll talk to you soon. Namaste.